And hello there you guys, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. My name is Animal Introvert, and in this video, we're finally doing a post-hibernation update. I know that it's been a while, and I know exactly why, because I procrastinate too much. But I am very excited to give you all some bad news, some good news, and some great news. There's some new faces, and some old faces have faded away. But let's get into it right after the intro. First things first, as with any post-hibernation checkup, we're going to be checking up on the colonies and then moving on from there. So first, we have the old faces that we remember from before the winter. And the first colony will be in this setup. Now you may or may not recognize the setup, but if you don't, the answer will come to you very shortly. This is, in fact, our Tetramorium setup. There's the queen and her workers. They're looking great. They have been around for, I think, the whole time this channel's no, this is the third Tetramorium colony. But yeah, Tetramorium has been the original species of this colony it's been the original species of this colony, just this was a different colony. Next we have a different colony, and if you don't recognize the setup, it's basically the Tetramorium but flipped upside. It's just like Tetramorium but flipped 180. It is actually kind of the complement to the Tetramorium, kind of like the opposite. It is in fact my Formica colony. I love the Formica colony. I love that they're large ants. They grow very quickly and they are still doing great after the winter. They actually have a very nice looking brood pile, and so does the Tetramorium. But they are looking great. The queen looks fabulous, and they both look like they're needing some new water test tubes. So I'll address that after the video's over. Anyways, next we have this large contraption. It looks very strange. Looks like a chemist, but without the chemicals, I think. You know what? Let's just move on from that analogy. That analogy sucked. This is, in fact, our mystery ant colony. This is our wild caught colony. They are looking great. Still have the 4 queens. They're looking a lot smaller than we originally got them. One of the main reasons why they look so small in that test tube is because some of the workers are outside of the test tube. But anyways, if any of you all know what species it is, please comment. Next we have the Chromatogaster. The Chromatogaster is looking absolutely fabulous. The queen's looking beautiful. They also need water. I've been using a syringe to water them, but I've given them a new water test tube now, which you'll see later. But they are looking wonderful, and so many nanotix. The nanotix are looking absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited for the future of this colony. They grow so quickly. They really just got right on it after the winter was over. Next, we have a Pranolepis imperis queen. I'm very excited about her as well. Post-recording of this video, she actually does have a nanotic now, which is really exciting. But anyways, I'm very excited about her and her colony's growth. It'll give me some good ant content for over the winter, so I don't have to rely on the fish tanks or procrastination again. But anyways, I said they needed some new test tubes, so now I'm gonna make one. I am reusing an old test tube, and I'm gonna be using a pair of tweezers to get out the cotton. I do not know why I did this, but I put in 2 separate cotton balls apparently. Apparently I wasn't satisfied with one, don't know why. I've noticed this in another one that I also did for a different colony. It was another older test tube setup, and it also had 2 cotton balls in it. I found it very confusing as to why I did this. I do not remember. But anyways, we now have a cottonless test tube, and now we're going to fill it up with water. You can use soap for this procedure, but and I probably should have, it's a good step to take, but if you do, you have to put the soap in and then you have to rinse it and keep rinsing it. You gotta shake it up and you gotta oh, I also made another major mistake here. I did not let the water warm up. I should have let the water get to like boiling. Okay, not boiling. Like very hot. Like you don't want to put your hand underneath it. I should have done that. I did not. That was my mistake. But I mean, the ants are still alive, so yeah. But now we need to take a paper towel and we need to roll it up so that it can fit inside of the test tube. I'm rolling it up off camera right now. I really should have edited this before I did the voiceover. Gosh, dang it. But anyways, whenever I do come back, I will be using the paper towel to clean the inside of the test tube. That's probably what's happening right now. Yep, there we go. I had to feed it through. And you want to get very well, yeah, use the tweezers to compact as much as possible and then spin the paper towel. This will help get off any like fungal residues or any extra water or soap that we somehow missed while washing. And also, if you are using soap, you never want to smell the soap after you're done rinsing it. You always need to rinse it until you can no longer smell the soap. That is a great rule of thumb, and I highly suggest that you do it, or else your ants will get poisoned by soap. That's not fun. But anyways, whenever I come back, I'll be also washing the Outworld. I'm taking an old Outworld and washing it. This is for the Chromatogaster, because the Chromatogaster needs it most of all, because they have no water in their test tube left at all. They need an Outworld to get to the water in the new test tube. I'll be using Deer Park water and my syringes. So off camera, real quick, I'm gonna do this and then I'll come right back. And so what was 1 second for you was a few minutes of editing for me, and also a few minutes of syringe for me, and now it has been filled up, and we will last a little bit, and now we will be taking some cotton and putting it into the test tube so that I can block off the water. You always want to make sure to put it in as fast as possible so that no bubbles form. You don't want bubbles forming because bubbles look bad. Bubbles will also eventually form, but you want to try to avoid them as much as possible. It inhibits the water absorbing qualities of the cotton because it leaves an empty space. As you can see here, I did a pretty good job of avoiding bubbles, but half the time there's a bubble. It sucks. And you always want to make sure to push the cotton in enough so that you get a little bit of water dripping out the other side. You want to like flick that water out of there so that your ants cannot get stuck in it and drown. Now we also have the Outworld to wash. And yeah, you just want to do kind of like the same thing. Put the soap, which I didn't do, let the water heat up, which I didn't do, and then rinse it out until you can't smell the soap anymore. And make sure to wipe it down thoroughly with a paper towel, which I will do whenever I get there. But you want to make sure to get as much debris out as possible, as much water out as possible, because once again, you don't want your ants to drown. And also that debris will have whatever colony was in there, it'll have those pheromones, which was really the main thing I was trying to get out of the Outworld, or the test tube portal. And this is once again an Ants Canada test tube portal. Really good products. I highly suggest that you go check out his channel if you don't know it already, and also use his products if you are going to keep ants, because they are very high quality and I use them. I'm using them right now. Not the paper towel. The test tube portal, obviously. I am so stupid. Anyways, moving on. So you also want to make sure, yeah, definitely clean out the little test tube ports, or the test tubes, or the tubing, or whatever or the plugs, wherever those those 4 attachment points, you want to make sure to really clean those out very good. Also, you're going to want to clean the lid. It's optional, but I would do it if you had a colony that liked to hang out, like a species that liked to hang out in the lid. I'm also using a previously washed Ants Canada test tube adapter, and there we go. Looks absolutely wonderful. And now we're gonna go back over to where we have the ants. I also cleaned off that little tray that I took out of the test tube portal because I will be using it to feed them. So in this test tube here, we have the Chromatogaster ants, and this will have to be a very quick procedure because I do not want these ants escaping. They do have a highly non-potent, that's not a word. They do have a sting. It doesn't hurt, it's not painful, but it is there, and you kind of just do want to avoid it. But anyways, yep, now they're in there, and I really do hope that they'll be happy. So I'll be giving them, yep. So now just to show you one more time what the setup looks like. There's already an ant leaving the test tube to go into the portal. They were pulling at the cotton, they wanted to get out. They are very excited about this. And I am also. They're already rushing out, well, the few of them that there are. At this point I can safely take the lid off, but I will be feeding them very shortly. And let's go ahead and skip over that. However, before I do so, I do want to show you a sped up version of them coming out and exploring the outworld for the first time. This is very exciting, and I'm super happy that they enjoy it. This is at 2 times speed because, I mean, they're ants, they move around kind of slow. Anyways, I have the apple, I'll be putting it in, and there we go. So now I'm going to back away again, and I'm going to record them from an aerial view while they eat. And hey, guess what? Never mind, because they eat very slowly and they didn't actually start eating yet. But now I have to give you the bad news. We have had a couple of losses over the winter. I know that before the winter we lost the Camponatus castaneus workers, and now the queen has also sadly been lost. I was really excited about this. Queen, I love Camponatus, but I've never been able to successfully keep them. And she was just such a vibrant queen, such a vibrant color, and I really enjoyed seeing them for the short few months that I had them in my care alive. But I always just seem to make mistakes with Camponatus, so if you do have any tips on how to take care of them, please put them in the comments below. And luckily that was really the only bit of bad news that we had, and now I'm up on the shelf. You can see one of the Chromatogaster ants is on the roof, and one of them is in that little cubby up there. I don't know why that's there. I don't know. But it is nice for them. It gives them a little bit of extra surface area to climb around. And here's the thing. Chromatogaster ants, one of their common names is the St. Valentine's ant because their gaster looks like a heart, and St. Valentine's, you know, Valentine's Day, that kind of thing. However, they have a more common name, which is the acrobat ant. They are called the acrobat ant in most parts of the world because, well, I mean, you could see for yourself. Acrobat ants. And also, you see the one, they're holding their gasters up most of the time. That is because sometimes they'll even fold them way over their thorax and head, and it looks like a little backpack, a little ant backpack. It looks so funny. I've seen it in my friend's colony, but it's very funny. But yeah, one last checkup on the colony, making sure that they're doing nice and well. And while we're over here, you may have seen the test tube, and I will get to it in a second. And oh my gosh, I gotta stop letting the camera drop. Oh, why do I suck? Anyways, they are really enjoying the apple. The 2 that have found it, at least. And I wasn't actually going to show you this test tube, but this is a different Chromatogaster queen who I had caught and then had die very quickly. I wasn't going to show this to you, but you saw it in the background, so now you get to see it. But it isn't really a loss or a new face because they were gone before they had really begun. And now, once again at times 2 speed, we'll be feeding all of the other colonies. I'm very excited to show you this, and first up is the Formica colony. Every colony is going to get a bit of apple, just because it's kind of like a welcome back to not hibernating gift. I'm also going to be taking this opportunity to clean up the setups. The Formica setup is definitely the dirtiest out of all of them because I had little bits of banana in there which they didn't eat, and lots of crap that had just built up on their little feeding dish that I had not cleaned for quite a while. Anyways, putting in a bit more apple and closing up the setup, we'll go ahead and move on to a different one. Next up is the Tetramorium colony, another older colony. I've already said that. Why do I keep doing this? Anyways, taking out their old food dish, cleaning it off, and putting the apple on it, and then setting it back in. We'll take a look at them in just a second. All of them back up on the shelf in just a second, so we can see them all eating, because they do seem to really enjoy the food, the apple. Anyways, now moving on to the next colony. Next we have our mystery ants, our beloved wild caught mystery ants. Please help me with an ID. I really want to know what species this is so I can stop calling them the mystery ants. Jeez, they're not from Scooby-Doo. Anyways, once again giving them a bit of apple, trying my hardest not to be messy and keep the ants inside the enclosure because this is the largest colony that I have in my possession, and so thus they are also have the largest chance to get out. Oh my goodness, sorry about that, I accidentally tapped the microphone in it, and the sound skyrocketed. Sorry, headphone wearers, and anybody who got jump scared, I'm so sorry, I did not mean to do that. Did not mean to surprise anybody, that was my fault. I need to stop ranting. Anyways, getting back off of that tangent, going back, they are, if you look close enough, at the left test tube adapter, you can see them running around in there. Sorry for all the shadows, I'm busily walking around my room trying to do stuff. Get more colonies ready, get the apple ready, doing all these things, putting all the colonies back up on the shelf. But anyways, let's go over to the colonies on the shelf. Why not? And whoa, sorry about that. For our final stop, we have the shelf. As you can see, the Formica ants are absolutely loving the apple, and I'm so glad. They always tend to. Also, the Chromatogaster is on the apple. More of them are. Tetramorium has a worker out. They're typically slower, and of course, these ants are always very quick to get on there. And that cotton is so annoying. If you'll hold real quick, I'm just gonna go ahead and get that out of there because that is annoying me probably as much as it is annoying you. He's going back to the Formica. Beautiful ants. All the ants are beautiful ants, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get that cotton out of the way, and we'll go back to watching the mystery ants. Please help me with an ID. I'm so sorry, but just one last look at the Formica ants. They are such beautiful ants, and they're wonderful. They have the formic acid. So I have normal ants, formic acid spraying ants, ants with stingers. How wonderful. That's like pain in a couple of boxes if you're not careful. Oh my gosh, enough with the camera. Jeez. Oh wait, sorry. I was trying to give you an update on the fish. Yes, I did have 2 shrimps, bail, jump out of the tank. I actually do have a coolie loach in this tank now, which I'm super excited about. I love the coolie loach. I'd love to see him swimming around, little guy, wriggling like a little snake or like an eel, more than a fish. I get that eels are fish. Don't hate me in the comments, please. But yeah, tank is looking good, needs a bit of algae preening, but besides that, looking really good. The golden algae eater is still looking fine, and yeah, but the Formica ants are beautiful. They're beautiful, and the Chromatogaster also looking absolutely phenomenal. Okay, enough. Tetramorium also got more workers. Wonderful, but enough of this. Let's go help out the mystery colony. So we're back. I've gotten the cotton out of the way. You can already see one of the ants exploring the new free space. Yay! Or the returned free space. I've really got to get this camera problem over with. Oh my goodness, why am I so bad at filming? Also, you might be wondering what the big blob is for. That is just like extra space. When I thought they wanted extra space, they wanted food, so I fed them afterwards. But yeah, that's what the whole big blob thing is for. Really just like a little bubble for them to go up and climb around in. And I have seen them using it, but not too often because they know there's no food in there. But anyways, yeah. This has been a great update, I feel. I have thoroughly enjoyed giving you this update. So as we leave, I'm going to leave you with this image of me poorly handling. First I can't record, then I can't speak. Me poorly handling the camera. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, because I sure did. I enjoyed filming it. I enjoyed some of the editing of it. Oh my gosh, except for those parts. But anyways, I really do hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider liking the video. If you enjoyed it, then if you liked the video, then like the video. It's common sense. Also, if you like this video, please go check out some other videos, and also share it with your friends, enemies, and frenemies, because they might like it also, if you know they like this kind of thing. And if you liked it, then maybe they'll like it, because if you're their friend, you gotta have something in common, right? Maybe, now it'll be two. Anyways, also, if you like these videos, then please subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I upload very irregularly, as can be easily seen by this whole debacle, because I do not know how to upload in time. I filmed this in April? I know it wasn't March, but whatever. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I upload very erratically and sporadically, and hitting the notification bell would just let you know as soon as I upload. And also, in order to do that, you gotta subscribe. But please do actually subscribe, even if you don't hit the bell, because it really helps support the channel. We're fairly new. We've been on the platform for 2 years, maybe, yeah, 2 years coming up very soon. Oh my gosh. 2 years very soon, and we only have 19 subscribers at the making of this video. So please, let's get that to 50 by the end of the year. That is my goal. 50 subscribers by the end of the year. And what is happening with my camera? Yeah, but because I've got major projects in the waiting, the massive terrarium, other terrariums. I've got major projects waiting. We could maybe do some updates on the older terrariums. We can make some new ones. I've got some jars waiting up in the wings up here. The Valentine's and the mini, the free Zen one. I've got some jars up there. I've got lots of mosses and stuff. Sorry about the blinding. Anyways, also, please write a comment. What are the mystery ants? Name suggestions for the colonies, and also suggestions for what colonies I should keep in the future, or what species I should try to catch in the future. And also what future projects I should do. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching, really. Like, I really appreciate all of the support that I get from you guys. Also, please go check out some of the shorts I've made. I have made some of the shorts. Update on the ant war. That was the last video. Updates on that. Crazy. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you all in the next one. And I'll leave you with a final image of the fish. Thank you so much for watching. Please have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one. And I'm Out.